साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते ताप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे हरे कृष्णा as soon as the word Vraja or Vrindavan comes, we hear this word, immediately there is a spontaneous enthusiasm in the heart. There is spontaneous attraction to be in the land of Vrindavan. Why? Because this is Krishna's own place of his sportive pastimes and his place of residence. It is so attractive that even those who are non-devotees, those who do not practice Krishna consciousness, even if we tell them about Vrindavan, everyone becomes inclined. There is this desire in the heart of almost everyone, at least wants to be in the land of Vrindavan. Such is the potency, such is the attraction of Brajabhumi. Today, Sonika told me that we have never had a formal glorification of Brajabhumi as we have had for Mayapur so many times. So I thought, let me share this. There is unlimited glory of Vrindavan, but some of the very choicest verses which is glorifying uh, the land of Vrindavan, which is the Dham. It is glorifying the Lord of Vrindavan, which is the Dhami, and it also glorifying the residents of Vrindavan, which is the Dhamvasis. And the category of Dhamvasis in Vrindavan is also unlimited. Krishna's cowherd friends, Krishna's milkmaid damsels, Krishna's cows, Krishna's calves, the tree and the creepers of Vrindavan, everyone participates in Krishna's pastime, in Krishna experiencing unlimited joy and pleasure in Vrindavan. So it is unlimited, but I will try to share with you some of the very, very nectarine verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, which glorifies the land of Vrindavan, the Lord of Vrindavan, and the residents of Vrindavan. Okay, रविंदर प्रभु, आज जस्ट लिटिल रिक्वेस्ट. रविंदर सुन रहे हैं आप?
यस प्रभु जी।
ये मेरा रूम पार्टनर भैया, वो पिछले 4 घंटे से नहीं है, जरा उसको पूछो वो किधर है.
मैं कॉल किया था प्रभु उनको, बोला 7 बजे क्लास होगा, आप आ जाओ। 6:45 में मैंने किया था,
चलो.
बोले ये लोग मुझे जबरदस्ती लेके आ गए, मैं आ रहा हूँ ऐसे बता रहा था।
अच्छा. So there is one very beautiful verse which speaks about Vrindavan. So we welcome you to Sri Vraj Bhumi, This land is ever blissful, effulgent, indestructible, and the abode of Lord Sri Krishna. In this land, the self-realized devotees who relish love of God constantly experience Krishna, whose form is Sachidananda. Srimati Radhika, the daughter of Maharaj Vrishabhanu, is like the Atma, life and soul of Lord Sri Krishna and also of the residents of Rajbhumi. She eternally enjoys pastimes with Krishna, and therefore the devotee is expert in enjoying transcendental mellows called Krishna Rasika Shekhar Rasraj. However, to reach Vrajbhumi is Durlabham, very rare. Why? Because Vrajbhumi is Chintamani. And the Chintamani Dham is Chidananda Ratna Khani. The touchstone, the gemstones are everywhere. Yatha Nitya Rasera Vilas. And Krishna is constantly playing his sportive pastime of Rasa Leela. Hare Krishna. So, what is the Chintamani here? It is the Chitta, the consciousness of the residents here, which is completely absorbed in serving and pleasing Krishna. And it can give the greatest and most secret treasure to the soul there. What is that? That is the love for Srimati Radharani and Krishna. Okay, so I will share some of the very, very nectarine verses which glorify first the land of Vrindavan, the Brajbhumi, the glories of Vrindavan Dham. As we all know, I mean, to begin the glorification of Vrindavan Dham, the best is the Chaitanya Manjusha. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesh Taneya Tadhamam Vrindavanam Brahmya Kachidupasana Brajavadhu Vargenava Kalpita. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that as the Supreme Lord Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanya is worshipable, so is the land of Vrindavan, Tadhamam Vrindavan. So it is as worshipable as the Supreme Lord Himself. So Brahmaji, in his series of prayers, when he begins to glorify the Supreme Lord, first he glorifies the land of Vrindavan, the glory of Vrindavan. He says, Shri Brahma Uvacha Naumidyate Abravapuse Tarid Ambaraya Bunjavatam Sa Paripachale Sa Mukhaya Vanyasraje Keval Vetra Vishana Venu Lakshma Shriye Mridu Pade Posha Pashupanjara Gajaya. So Brahma is saying, Lord Brahma is saying, Naumi. Naumi means Naman. Naman means to offer obeisances. Unto whom? Unto the personality who is Abra Vapuse. Vapus means the body, and Amra Vapuse is like the Amra is the cloud. And what kind of cloud? That is filled with water. The cloud that is filled with water, it is very dark. It is very dense. It is called Shyamal, Megha Shyam. So Krishna's Vapusa, his complexion of the body is Amra. It is like a dark cloud which is filled, which is purit with water. And his garments, Ambaraya. Ambar means the sky also, and Ambar means the garment also. And how is the garments of Krishna? It is Tadita. Tadit means it is very flashing or it is lightning. What is the color of Krishna's garments? It is bright yellow. And what he wears is Gunjamala. Gunja Avatamsaha. His ornaments are his flower garlands. Krishna is the cowherd boy. He does not dress like a king. He does not show the opulence of a king. Rather, he shows the uh, sweetness here in Vrindavan. So what he wears is Gunjamala. And he wears Paripicha. Paripicha is the peacock feather. In his neck, he wears the Gunjamala as the ornament. And on the head, he wears the peacock feather. And his face is splendid. It is Lasat. Where do we hear the word Lasat? Lasat Kundalam, Gokule Brajamani. So his face, his Mukharavind is shining bright. Vanyasraje Kavala Vetra Vishana Venu. And he's wearing Vanyasraje. He's wearing the garlands of forest flowers. And he has Vetra and Vishana and Venu. Three things. Vetra, Vishana, Venu. When Krishna, he goes for herding calves and cows. What he has? So Brahmaji is seeing this beautiful form of the Lord in this Brajbhumi, and he is saying that he has Vetra. Vetra is the stick. To herd the cow, you need a stick just to guide the cows. So he has a Vetra and Vishana. Vishana is the bugle. Did you see? With Krishna Balram, if you see, you will see this Vishana. देखा आप लोगों ने? नहीं देखा कभी? वो बफेलो हॉर्न है, थोड़ा सा लटका रहता है कमर के पास. हाँ? जैसे हमें लगता है, आपने देखा जैसे खुरपी होता है जो गोरखा लोग लगाते हैं, तो लगता है वो खाली खोखा है. इट इज ओनली दी शेल. कल दोबारा देखना, कल ध्यान से देखना. You will see the buffalo horn that is there in Krishna's waist. It is coming out from Krishna's waist. Sometimes with Balaram's waist also. So, Krishna has Vetra, Vishana and Venu. The most enchanting is the Venu. And when he plays that Venu, everyone is captivated. He attracts and calls everyone by playing his flute. And seeing this beautiful form of Krishna, and when Krishna is going for Pashupa, Lakshmi Striye Madhupade Pashupa Gajaya, Angajaya. So he goes for herding the cows, and he has his lunch box with him. So Brahma is seeing this beautiful scenario. So Brahma said, "My dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore I offer my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. O son of the king of the cowherds, that is Pashupa. Nanda Maharaj is the king and Krishna is the prince. Your transcendental body is dark blue like a new cloud." This is very beautiful. It is Ambra Vapuse. Your transcendental body is dark blue like a new cloud, which is filled with rain. Your garment is brilliant like lightning. Tadit. It is Tadit Ambaraya. And the beauty of your face is enhanced by your Gunja earrings. Okay, the earrings of Krishna are Gunja Mala. And the garment that he wears is of forest flowers. Forest flowers. And the peacock feather on your head, Paripicha. Paripicha is the peacock feather on your head. Wearing garlands of various forest flowers and leaves, and equipped with the herding stick. Three things. Remember these three things? Vetra, Vishana, and Venu. Vetra, Vishan, and Venu. The herding stick, the buffalo horn, and the flute. You stand beautifully with the morsel of fruit in your hands. So in this way, Brahmaji is glorifying the land of Brajabhumi. He is also glorifying the king of Brajabhumi, that is Krishna. Okay. So now I'll take the next verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Where, of course, even if we are glorifying the land of Vrindavan, we are glorifying Krishna. Even if we are glorifying the residents of Vrindavan, we are glorifying Krishna. Very beautiful verse. This is the gopis. This is the gopis glorifying Vrindavan. That how Vrindavan has become so glorious. What is the reason for Vrindavan being so glorious? Very beautiful verse. Please note all these verses. Very, very nectarine verses. 10, 21, 10. Vrindavanam Sakhi Bhuvo Vitanoti Kirtim Yaddevaki Sutta Padambuja Labdha Lakshmi Govinda Venu Manumatta Mayura Nityam Prekshadri Sanva Avatarantya Samasta Sattva. So the gopis are speaking amongst themselves. So what they're saying, Sakhi, listen, listen. Oh Sakhi, oh my dear friend. You know what is the Kirti? What is the glory of this tract of Lord called Vrindavan? What is the greatest glory of this tract of land called Vrindavan? Yat Devaki Sutta Padambuja Labdha Lakshmi. That the footprints of the lotus feet of Devaki Sutta, that is Lord Vishnu or Krishna, which is imprinted here. So, friend, Vrindavan is spreading the glory of the earth, having obtained the treasure of the lotus feet of Krishna. This is the greatest glory of Vrindavan, that it has obtained the treasure of the lotus feet of Krishna. And you all know, in Brajabhumi, Krishna does not wear any shoes. You know why Krishna does not wear shoes in Brajabhumi? Krishna refused to wear the shoes in Brajabhumi. He is always barefoot. So that the treasure of the footprint of Krishna can be placed here on the Brajabhumi. Why Krishna refused to wear the footwear? बोलिए, सोनिका.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। अ,
अरे
कृष्णा ने ये यशोदा मैया से कहा था कि जो है जितनी गैया होती हैं वो बेयरफुट ही जो है मतलब वृंदावन में जो जाती हैं। तो जब यशोदा मैया उनको तैयार कर रही थी तो उनको शूज पहना रही थी, तो उन्होंने यही कहा था कि सारी गैया जो है वो बेयरफुट ही जाती हैं, तो मैं भी बेयरफुट ही जाऊंगा।
हाँ, उन्होंने कहा कि मैं जूते तभी पहनूंगा जब सारी गायों को और बछड़ों को भी आप जूते पहने। अगर आप सारी गौओं को और बछड़ों को सबको जूते पहनाएंगे तो मैं भी पहनूंगा। जब वो इस ब्रजभूमि में नंगे पैर चलती है तो मैं वैसे जूते पहन सकता हूँ। हरे कृष्ण। दयाशील प्रभु, कुबेर को भी फोन कर दो यार, वो भी सुन लेगा, उसकी वाइफ भी सुन लेगी। क्यों? नहीं क्यों? वो रह जाएंगे। और इसको रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं ना आप? रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हैं? ठीक है। थैंक यू। So the gopis are speaking that the Vrindavan is spreading the glories of the earth. Not only the earth has become glorious because this tract of land has appeared in earth, and why Vrindavan is so glorious, which is making the entire earth glorious, because Devaki Sutta Padambuja, the lotus imprints of the treasure of the lotus feet of Krishna, is there in Vrindavan. And here, what the peacocks say, the peacocks, they are anumattaha. When they hear the venu, the flute, Govinda venu anumattaha. Matta means mad, and anumatta means who is deeply mad. Matta is maddened. Okay. So anu is upon hearing. So when the peacocks, they hear the flute of Krishna, they become mad. And how they express their madness is Mayura Nityam. They start to dance. And when they start to dance, and they dance in such a way, in with such uh, finesse, their dance is so captivating that Preksha Adrihi. Adri means the peak. Adri means the hill. Adri also means the mountain. And Preksha means the seeing. That everyone is so stunned to see the dance of the peacocks while they are dancing on the flute of Krishna. Everyone is stunned. Everyone is frozen. Everyone in Braja, they are completely frozen to see the dance of these peacocks. The peacocks dance madly when they hear Govinda's flute. And when other creatures see them from the hilltop, they all become stunned. There is one beautiful commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains Krishna Leela as follows. In Vrindavan, the peacocks request Krishna, Govinda, please make us dance. Thus Krishna plays his flute and they surround him in a circle and dance in time with the rhythm of his melody. With the rhythm of the melody, if Krishna increases the melody, they increase the rhythm and speed of their dance. And while standing in the midst of their dancing, he also sings and dances. Who? Krishna. Krishna is also singing and dancing with the peacocks. Then those peacocks were fully satisfied with his musical performance. Out of gratitude, offer for his pleasure their own divine feathers. This is Varahapira. And Krishna is Natvar Vapu. He is one of the best of the dancers. In the usual manner of musical performers, Krishna gladly accepts this presentation and places a feather upon the turban atop his head. Gentle animals such as deer and doves greatly relish this transcendental entertainment presented by Krishna. And to get the good view, they flock to the peaks of the hills. Then they, as they watch the breathtaking programs, they become stunned in ecstasy. In this way, this is the mood of Vrindavan. When the residents of Vrindavan see one of them serving Krishna, they become overjoyed to see his service. Srila Sanatana Goswami comments that because in Vrindavan Krishna goes barefoot, this point comes barefoot, and can thus directly mark the earth with symbol of his foot, lotus feet. The transcendental land is even more glorious than Vaikuntha, where Vishnu wears slippers. Very, very subtle point. Very beautiful verse. Vrindavan Sakhi Bhuvo Vitanoti Kirtan. So Vrindavan is spreading the Kirti, the glories of this planet Earth. Why? Because here Krishna has bestowed the treasure of his foot. Very beautiful verse. So this is glorifying both the Lord of Vrindavan, that is Krishna, and it is also glorifying the land of Vrindavan, which is the Dham. Dhama and the Dhami. Both are being glorified. This beautiful verse. So we'll go to the next verse, which speaks about the glories of the residents of Vrindavan. Who is the most glorious residents of Vrindavan? Who most glorious resident of Vrindavan? Whose fortune cannot be compared with anyone else? Tell me.
Brajvasis.
Which of the Brajvasis? Bolo?
No idea,
Who's the
Prabhuji.
most fortunate resident of Vrindavan? Manoram has not joined. Sunday वो क्या कर रहा है? Did you speak to him? Dayashil Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji, not reachable, not reachable, mobile is not reachable.
Okay. Arey, what an answer. Which Gopi? Which Gopi? Why your video is off, Leela? You will be sitting in your room. What is the difficulty in having the video on? Yashoda, Mother Yashoda. Who can compare the great fortune of Yashoda? So we see this verse. Nemam virinchi na bhavo na shirirapi anga samashreya prasadam leber gopi yat tat prapya vimuktitadar. So nemam viranchi, na imam viranchi. That position which was not even given to Viranchi is Brahma, not Brahma. Na imam Viranchi, na bhavo. Bhavo is Shiva. So that position which was neither given to Brahma nor to Shiva, na Shri. Shri is goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi. Api Anga Samashriya. Although she is the Anga Sama Ashrayaha. Sama means equal. Anga means the body. So because Lakshmi is the consort of Lord Vishnu, she is Anga Sama Ashraya. She is the half, the better half. You say, what do we say to the wife? She is the better half. But even she may be better half. But that better does not work with comparing to Yashoda Devi. So that prasadam, that mercy, which was granted to Lebhire Gopi, that was obtained to Lebhire Gopi. Which Gopi? In particular, Mother Yashoda. Yat tat prapya vimuktidar. Neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva, nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half, the Supreme Lord, can obtain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. So this is the glory of Dhamavasa. Of course, this is the glory of Krishna. because Krishna favored Yashoda Devi, Yashoda Mai, and he became the son. He sucked the breast of Yashoda. This is a comparative study between Mother Yashoda and other devotees of the Lord, as stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ekale Ishwar Krishna or Sabhritya. The only supreme master is Krishna and all other are his servants. Krishna has the transcendental quality of Bhritya Vashyata. This is even higher. We understand that Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. He is very favorably inclined to his devotee. But for Yashoda, he excels all the limits. And he becomes Bhritya Vashyataha. Bhritya means his servant, his dependent, and Vashyata means under control. As Srimati Radharani captivates and controls Krishna, so does Mother Yashoda, becoming subordinate to his Bhritya or servant. Now, although everyone is Bhritya, and although Krishna has the quality of becoming subordinate to his Bhritya, the position of Mother Yashoda is the greatest. Lord Brahma is Bhritya, servant of Krishna, and he is Adi Kavi, the original creator of the universe. Nonetheless, even he could not obtain such mercy as Mother Yashoda. As for Lord Shiva, he is the topmost Vaishnava. What to speak of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva? The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the Lord's constant companion in service. Since she associates with his body. But even she could not get such mercy. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was surprised, thinking, what did Mother Yashoda and Nand Maharaj do in their previous lives, by which they got such great opportunity, the opportunity to be the affectionate father and mother of Krishna. In this verse, there are three negative pronouncements. Na, na, na. When anything is uttered three times, what it means? Where we find three times na, na, na. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nameva Kevalam. Then, huh? Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gati Ranjana. Three times the negation is there. Similarly here, when anything is uttered three times, it means do it, do it, do it. So what we have to do? Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Eva Kevalam. That we will be tested tomorrow. How much we are willing to do Hare Nam. Huh? One should understand that this means to indicate the greatest stress on a fact. In this verb we find na le bhire. Na le bhire, na le bhire, na le bhire. Which na le bhire gopi. Which that is yet Mother Yashoda is the super more exhausted position. And thus Krishna has become completely subordinate to her. Okay. So this speaks about the glories of Yashoda Mai. And there is another verse, very beautiful verse, 18th verse here. I will take that verse also, which says, Swamatu swingatraya Vishratha kabara sraja Drishtva parishramam Krishna Kripayasit swabandhane. So how Krishna became Brit Vashyata. So this is very beautifully explained here in this verse, that Swamatu Swingatraya. Swamatu is his own mother, which is Yashoda. When Krishna saw his mother is Swingatraya, she is perspiring. She is perspiring. Perspiring समय पसीना छूट रहा है. कैसे पसीना छूट रहा है? That she was trying to bind Krishna. She is perspiring all over because of her shrama. That she is making so much of parishrama. Drishtva parishramaha Krishna. And what he saw, that because of the parishrama, is Vishrata Kabara Svajaha. From her hairs, her flowers are falling down. And he sees that on the mother's forehead, it is all soaked with sweat. She is completely perspiring. Then what Krishna respond is Kripya Asita. He agrees to be bound by the causeless mercy upon his devotee. And how he gets bound? Swabandhane, by the bond of loving devotion of Yashoda. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When a child Krishna saw her mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. Very beautiful. Huh? Kripaya asit swabandhane. And when will Krishna give this Kripaya asit? When he says, Dishtva parishramam. So in our practice of Krishna consciousness, when we exhibit this feature of parishrama, that we do all out effort to please Krishna. Of course, Krishna is witnessing and noticing each and every effort of ours, both internal also and external also. We cannot cheat Krishna. He is witnessing both. As a Paramatma, he is witnessing everything. So when he sees the parishrama of his devotee, then he becomes Kripya Asit. But this is the bond. What is the bond between a Bhakta and Bhagwan? Is of parishrama. That he is willing to do whatever it takes to please the Lord. And when the Lord sees the devotee trying to serve him in this way, so Krishna heart melts. He becomes captive. He becomes captive to his devotee. Vritya Vashyata. Very beautiful. Nowhere else in Srimad Bhagavatam this word will come. Vritya Vashyata. It is exclusively Lebhare Gopi, which is for Mother Yashoda. Okay. We'll share some more verses. Somehow in the morning, I was relishing these verses. I was hearing one, of course, lecture where all of it was given, but I was opening it. I spent almost 1 hour in the morning hearing. That was between almost 3:15 to, not 3:15. Yeah, from 3 to 4, almost 3 to 4, 1 hour.
प्रभु जी
Yes.
ये कृष्ण भगवान के माता पिता के रूप में यशोदा और नंदलाल को ही क्यों चुना गया था?
अभी बताया ना, अब यही पूछ रहे हैं ना परीक्षित महाराज। हमने अभी यही तो पूछा। परीक्षित महाराज ने यही प्रश्न किया ना, कि क्यों, ऐसा कौन से पुण्य किए यशोदा, और ये प्रश्न पूछा ना, ये रहा, देखिए।
बट वही उनको ही क्यों चुना गया था?
महाराज Parikshit was surprised, thinking, what did Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj do in their previous life by which they got such a great opportunity, the opportunity to be the affectionate father and mother of Krishna? क्या आंसर है? Who knows the answer? What is the answer? ऐसा क्या किया उन्होंने पूरे जन्म में? बताओ, it is many times discussed. What they did? रम्या डिस्कशन कर रहे, चलो ठीक है, डिस्कस करके ही बता दो, कोई बात नहीं, यू विल कम। बोलो बोलो। How she got the position of Yashoda and Nand Maharaj? Krishna carries the footwear of Nand Maharaj on his head. So what great austerity or what great service they did? बताओ. What is the answer? मैं बताऊंगा नहीं, यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट। बोलो। आप तो 3 जने हो। सोनिका इज देयर, प्रियंका इज देयर, रम्या इज देयर, ऑल 3 टुगेदर। बताओ। मैंने हिंट दे दिया, अगर पकड़ सकते हो तो पकड़ लो। बोलो। अरे इतना टाइम वेस्ट नहीं कर सकते बाबा। टाइम खत्म हो जाएगा, 7:50 हो गया, 3 मिनट लग गया। मैं बताऊंगा नहीं, यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट। बोलो।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, उनका
हरे
प्रीवियस
कृष्ण।
बर्थ का नाम याद नहीं आ रहा है, लेकिन वो लोग ऑस्टेरिटी किए थे बहुत ज्यादा, और उन्होंने भगवान से
कितने
रिक्वेस्ट किया
प्रीवियस
था।
बर्थ में? कितने प्रीवियस बर्थ में? 3 प्रीवियस बर्थ में। इसलिए
तीन
मैं
थे।
कहना, साथ बैठी हो। 3 प्रीवियस बर्थ में उन्होंने इतनी ऑस्टेरिटी की, और उनकी एक ही डिजायर थी, दैट दे वांटेड कृष्णा टू बी देयर सन। तो कृष्णा फुलफिल्ड दैट डिजायर। अब वो 3 कौन है, ढूंढ लो। वो 3 ढूंढ लेना और पोस्ट कर देना।
तो मुझे
हाँ।
सुतापा, एक वर्ष में सुतापा वो तो
हाँ।
देवकी, वो तो देवकी
तीनों एक साथ
वसुदेव।
बोलोगे तो कहाँ समझ में आएगा? एक एक बोलो ना।
प्रभु जी वो 3 वर्ष वाला एक तो जो है ना वो वसुदेव और देवकी के थे ना, मनु शत्रुपा जैसे थे, तो वो वसुदेव और देवकी जी के लिए थे ना, नंद बाबा और यशोदा भैया के लिए तो नहीं थे ना।
दोनों के लिए नहीं,
प्रभु जी,
दोनों के लिए।
कृष्ण और सुतापा।
दोनों की। हाँ, कृष्णी और सुतपा। ठीक है।
तो
तुमने इंटरनेट यूज कर लिया, गूगल कर लिया। हाँ।
वो सुतापा
और
ये बात देवकी।
चलो ढूंढ लेना, रुको रुको रुको। उसमें डोंट गेट लॉस्ट। 2-4 नेक्टर वर्सेस और शेयर कर लेते हैं ना। 8 बजे तो हमें बंद करना पड़ेगा, डिनर लेना है। ओके। इसका 9th वर्ष भी बहुत अच्छा है। 10, 11, 9। दर्शयाम तद्विदम लोका आत्मानो मृतमश्यताम् प्रजस्य उहवा वैहर्षम भगवान बाल चेष्टिता। Here also the word is coming Vrittvashyata. The pure devotees throughout the world who could understand his activity, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, exhibited how much he can be subdued by his devotees, his servants. In this way, he increased the pleasure of the Brajvasis by his childhood activities. इति दिक्स्व लीला भी आनंद कुंडे स्वघोषम निवाजांतम आख्यापयंतम। Krishna performed childhood activities to increase the pleasure of his devotees. All these activities which he performed of stealing butter is only one objective, is to give pleasure, to increase the pleasure of his devotees. Was another transcendental human. He exhibited these activities not only to the inhabitants of Rajbhumi, but also to others who were captivated by his external potency and opulence. Both the internal devotee who was simply absorbed in love for Krishna and the external devotees who were captivated by his unlimited potency were informed of Krishna's desire to be submissive to his servants. Okay. Now we see the glories of the cowherd boys, the Gopas, with whom Krishna played. Just imagine. Krishna agrees to become their friend and he wants to play with him. Just few days back, we heard this verse. Aho bhagyam, Nanda Gopa Vrajokasam, Yan Mitram Paramanandam, Purnam Brahma Sanatanam. So, Aho Bhagyam, what a great fortune. Aho Bhagyam. Why? Because Nanda Gopa Vrajokasam. Those who are the Nanda Gopa Vrajokasam. Vrajokasam means those who are Vraja Okasam, those who are the inhabitants of Vrajabhumi. The cowherd boys, the friends. Yan Mitram Paramanandam. They had the greatest fortune of having friendship with Paramananda, the personality of supreme bliss, Purna Brahma Sanatanam. How greatly fortunate are Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd men, and all other inhabitants of Rajabhumi. There is no limit to their good fortune because the absolute truth, the source of transcendental bliss, Paramananda, the eternal supreme Brahman, has become their friend. So, this is the glory of all the Brajvasis, that Krishna becomes their friend and Krishna plays with them. And how Krishna plays? That sometimes his cowherd friends, they defeat Krishna in the play. And they say that you become my ride and I will ride on you. And they make Krishna sit down and they climb on his shoulder and Krishna becomes a ride for them. This is the Aho Bhagyam, Aho Bhagyam. What a great fortune. Nothing can be compared to the fortune of the Brajvasis. Also in the same Shukdev Goswami is speaking. Just few days back we heard this verse. 10.12.11. This is Ittam Satam Brahma Sukhan Bhutya Yasangatanam Paradevatena Mayashitanam Naradharakaina Sakham Vrijaro Krita Punya Punjaha. We discussed Krita Punya Punjaha, that Ittam Satam Brahma Sukhan Bhutyaha, that one who is the source of Brahman effulgence for the Jnanis, who is that supreme personality of Godhead, for devotees have accepted eternal servitorship. The cowherd boys, having accumulated the result of pious activities for many lives, were able to associate in this way with the supreme personality of Godhead. How can one explain their great fortune? So, this is the greatest fortune of having Krishna as his friend. And Krishna agrees to not just play with his friend, but also to please and bring pleasure to his friend by becoming subservient. So, Krita Punya Punjaha. How much heaps and heaps of pious activities or service they would have performed. So, these are the glories of the Gopas. Now, the glories of the Gopis. What is the glory of the Gopis? And who are speaking the glory of the Gopis? None other than the ladies of Mathura. When Krishna went to Mathura, so whenever the ladies of Gopis, they could see Krishna, they would think of the Gopis. They would admire the position of the gopis. Very beautiful verse. Very, very beautiful verse. Yadohane avanane mathano lepana. It's a little difficult. Okay. Yadohane. Dohane means the gopis of Vrindavan were so absorbed in Krishna that even while they were dohane means that they were milking the cows. And avahanane means while they were taking the grains out from the crops. You know, अनाज कैसे निकालते हैं? इसको कूटना पड़ता है ना, threshing. Previously there was no threshers. So threshing was done manually. So whether they are milking the cows or whether they are threshing the grain or mathane, whether they are mathane means what? Churning. When they are churning the curd or upalepaha. Upalepa means when they are making the cow patties. Cow patties समझ रहे हैं ना? क्या करना पड़ता है? उसको गोबर को सानना पड़ता है. So in every chore of life, whether they are on the swing or whether they are rudito kshanaha, arbarudito, while they are feeding their babies who are crying, whatever may be the activity, whatever may be the action, but their heart, their mind is always absorbed in Krishna. Gayanti chainam anurakta dhiyo ashru kantayo. So they are always singing from their heart the actions of Krishna. Anurakta dhiyo. Their attachment or their absorption of their heart and mind. Dhiya is intelligence, and also the mind. With their, and how they are singing? Ashru kantayo. By feeling the pain of separation from Krishna. So what they are saying? Dhanya Vraja Striya. All glories to Dhanya Vraja Striya. To such devotees, the gopis of Krishna, Urukruma Chitta Yanaha. Because their attachment, their connection with Krishna is so deep. The ladies of Braja are the most fortunate of women because when their minds fully attached to Krishna and their throats always choked with tears, they constantly sing about him while milking the cows. It is Dohane. Winnowing grain. It is Ahavanane. Churning butter. Mathane. Gathering cow dung for fuel. Upalepane. Riding on swings. Even if they are enjoying having the ride on swings. It is Prem Kaha. And taking care of their crying babies. One time, one gopi, what he did? She went to take water from the well. So, pani niche hota hai kuएं में. So, what she has to do? She has to tie the bucket with the rope and drop it in the well and drag the water out. She was so absorbed, she was having the child with her. She tied the child with the rope and dropped it in the well. See the absorption. How impossible. For a mother to do that is impossible. Father can still do that. But for a mother to be able to do is impossible. That is the absorption of the gopis. That is why Ramya Kachid Upasana Vrajavadhu. The worship of the gopis is the highest. No one can be compared to the worship of the gopis. So while they were taking care of their crying babies, sprinkling the ground with water, cleaning their houses and so on. By their exalted Krishna consciousness, they automatically acquire all desirable things. Most desirable thing is the Lord of their heart, Krishna. They have captured Krishna in their heart by their absorption. Then one very beautiful verse. So why these residents of Vrindavan are so much glorified? What is that very special feature that is mentioned in this verse? 10, 13, 60. Yatra naisargo durvaira sahasa nara mrigadaya mitrani iva ajitavasa dhrutarut tarsaka adhikam. Just keep noting these verses, and when you find time, you meditate on it. So, yatra naisarga durvaira. Naisarga means it is natural. What is natural? That between a cow and a lion or a tiger, there cannot be harmony. The tiger will always try to kill the cow. So that is natural. Yatra naisarga durvaira. But here in Vrindavan, saha asana naramriga adya. Vrindavan is the transcendental abode of the Lord, where there is no hunger, anger, or thirst. Three things are not there. There is no anger. First thing is there is no anger. And there is also no hunger. And there is also no thirst. Because everyone's heart is fully satisfied. Though naturally inimical, both human beings and fierce animals live here together in transcendental friendship. The word vana means forest. This is the last purpose. It is already 8. 8 बज गया? 8 6 हो गया. Just this is glorifying Vrindavan here. The word vana means forest. We are afraid of the forest and do not wish to go there. But in Vrindavan, the forest animals are as good as demigods. So who are the monkeys here? They are as good as demigods. For they have no envy. Even in the material world, in the forest, the animals live together. And when they go to drink water, they do not attack. Envy develops sense gratification. Please note this very important point. This is Prabhupada's purport. Till 13th chapter, Prabhupada has given the purport. From 14th chapter, Prabhupada disciples have given. The Prabhupada is saying that envy develops because of sense gratification. But in Vrindavan, there is no sense gratification, for the only aim is Krishna's satisfaction. Even in the material world, the animals in Vrindavan are not envious of the sadhus who live there. The sadhus keep cow and supply milk to the tigers. देखा क्या? देखा? I know in Barsana there was one tiger, long back. And there was a sadhu who was living in the same cave where the tiger was living, and also the sadhu. But the tiger never disturbed the sadhu. We have heard of Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur used to live in a cave where there was a venomous snake. The Prabhupada is saying the sadhu keeps cow and supplying milk to the tiger, saying, come here and take a little milk. Thus, envy and malice are unknown in Vrindavan. This is very important. So if we really want to feel Vrindavan, what we have to give up? We have to give up two things. Envy is dvesha, and malice. What is malice? धोखा. Conditioned soul इन दोनों करता है. ईर्ष्या भी करता है और धोखा भी देता है. So what one has to give up? If we want to be in Vrindavan, we have to give up both this negativity which is there in the heart. And in Kali Yuga, the heart is filled with this negativity of envy and malice. Envy and malice. Thus, envy and malice are unknown in Vrindavan. That is the difference between Vrindavan and the ordinary world. If we have malice and if we have envy, then we are not in Vrindavan. We are horrified to hear the name of Vana, the forest, but in Vrindavan there is no such horror. Everyone there is happy by praising Krishna. Krishna Kirtananan Gartan Paro. Whether a Goswami or a tiger or other cautious animal, everyone's business is the same to praise Krishna. Even the tigers are also devotees. This is the specific qualification of Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, everyone is happy. The calf is happy, the cat is happy, the dog is happy, the man is happy. Everyone. Everyone wants to serve Krishna in a different capacity. And thus there is no end. One may sometimes think that the monkeys in Vrindavan are envious because they cause mischief and steal food. हाँ, हम सब यही सोचते हैं, खासकर हमारा जब चश्मा ले जाए. But in Vrindavan, we find that the monkeys are allowed to take butter, which Krishna himself distributes. Krishna personally demonstrates that everyone has the right to live. This is Vrindavan life. Why should I live and you die? No, that is material life. The inhabitants of Vrindavan think, whatever is given by Krishna, let us divide it as prasad and eat. We were having this opportunity today. Krishna gave us a lot of Mahaprasad, and he also gave us the opportunity to distribute prasad. All those students came. So this is Vrindavan consciousness. The inhabitants of Vrindavan think, whatever is given by Krishna, let us divide it as prasad and eat. This mentality cannot appear all of a sudden. Prabhupada is so practical. This mentality cannot appear all of a sudden, but it will gradually develop with Krishna consciousness by sadhana. This is the revelation of today. Entire today's day can be summarized by this purport. There cannot be any better purport than this purport. So Prabhupada is saying here, this mentality, what is the mentality? Of no envy and no malice. It cannot appear all of a sudden, but it will gradually develop with Krishna consciousness by sadhana. One can come to this platform. In the material world, one may collect funds all over the world in order to distribute fruit freely. Yet those to whom the food is given may not even feel appreciated. The value of Krishna consciousness, however, will gradually be very much appreciated. For instance, in an article about the temple of Hare Krishna movement in Durban, South Africa, the Durban Post reported, all the devotees here are very active in the service of Lord Krishna. And the results are obvious to see: happiness, good health, peace of mind, and the development of all good qualities. This is the nature of Vrindavan. Harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna. Without Krishna consciousness, happiness is impossible. One may struggle, but one cannot have happiness. We are therefore trying to give human society the opportunity for a life of happiness, good health, peace of mind, and all good qualities through God consciousness. This is the greatest contribution of Srila Prabhupada, that he is giving us Vrindavan life. So thank you very much. With all of you today, I also, to some extent, can see to some limit the glories of what is Vrindavan. Today we have, I can say, to some extent discussed very clearly that why is Vrindavan so very glorious? What makes Vrindavan glorious? The land, the Lord, and the residents. All are glorious. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai, Shri Radha Shyam Sundar ki jai, Nitai God Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So dinner time. Some log please, everyone please cooperate. Ravinder, start the dinner and please try to take rest before 9. All of us सुबह 4 बजे से पहले यहाँ से छोड़ देंगे, क्योंकि 4:10 पे पहुंचने के लिए 4 से पहले निकलना होगा. So first departure is at 3:55, second departure is at 4. And everyone must come. Prachi, you should come. You will be coming, na?
प्रभु जी मैं कल आऊंगी।
हाँ, कल भी आना है, परसों भी आना है। हरे कृष्णा। दिनेश जी सुन रहे हैं ना?
जी प्रभु जी।
हाँ, सुबह आ जाइएगा, तैयार हो
पक्का
जाइए।
पक्का प्रभु।
हरे कृष्ण, थैंक यू।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, हरे कृष्णा।
और मुझे लग रहा है कि मानिनी माता जी और प्रदीप भी वृंदावन कॉन्शियसनेस में ही है या नहीं? हाँ, अच्छा हो गया।
प्रभु जी।
हमको बाहर दर्शन करने जाना था, लेकिन हमने सोचा कि दर्शन हम बाहर जाके क्या करेंगे, जब तक हमारी चेतना नहीं कनेक्ट होगी तो दर्शन बाहर भी नहीं हो सकते। तो आपके साथ ही वृंदावन का दर्शन कर रहे हैं प्रभुपाद के तात्पर्य से। हरे कृष्ण।